out in front of stage number 2. This is the 6-mile ruck run, a repeat, or at least the event was similar to what they did back in 2021. We do have some times that we will be comparing throughout the route, but these men are getting ready to go and they are filling up their rucks with some 20-pound sandbags. Let me turn the camera around. So every time they complete 2 miles, it will be a 2-mile loop. They will come back, take another sandbag, put it in their bag, starting with 20 pounds. The second round, they will add another one, have 40 pounds, and then the final round will have 60 pounds. 6-0. Gonna be tough, especially when we talked about in one of the other stages, accumulated fatigue. They also have a sandbag workout today at 175 pounds. Lots of hinging. We just watched the women's elite do that event, and you could see how detrimental that's going to be to their weekend if they don't know how to recover, if they don't know how to make sure that they're doing everything they need to make sure that your hamstrings and glutes are warmed up for something like this. We will actually be on the back of a Volcon ATV. Now I'm looking for it. I'm going to go over to it. So what we're going to be able to do is we will see the races and see if they switch, because we'll follow them first along the course and then we'll have check-ins at different portions of it. Let's take a time check. They got about 3 minutes until they go. From this field, let's see how many of these athletes have already done this stage in 2021. 11 repeat men from the elite are having deja vu today. The winner of this event back in 2021, Matthew Kempson, he has a strong background in obstacle course racing. Now he does high rocks, a very enduring athlete. He finished this in 51 minutes. That was 8 minutes faster than the next best time. I was just talking to our 2-time and reigning champ of nationals, Jacob Hepner. He finished this around 59 minutes. I don't think he remembered that, because when I told him, hey, are you gonna beat 59 minutes? He was like, great, now I'm gonna be a head case. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll let these boys get going. Some of them have their watches. They're gonna be keeping track of their pace. We're thinking somewhere around a 12-minute pace. But who knows, that 60-pound ruck at the end, and there is a big hill, is not going to feel great for 2 miles. So we'll see who can manage that weight. About 90 seconds. We have Danae. If you look at the Instagram account, all of the fabulous photos done by her. We also have Recon Rowe, he's over there. You can hear, oh, he turned off his vehicle, but it was rather loud in the background. And they are getting ready. Who is gonna start hot and finish hot, or who is gonna start hot and burn cold? Nate Drum, he did this in the men's elite in 2021. He is now in the men's 40+ division. So not part of this group, but he will have that repeat. We have 1 minute until we get going here. Time cap, 90 minutes. 90 minutes. None of these men needed that 90-minute cap, but our slowest time of the men's field back in 21, sorry guy, Justin Betancourt, he finished around 81 minutes. We'll see how that plays into, how his fitness has developed over the last couple of years. But I will be curious to see if anybody gets even close to Matthew Kempson's time from 2021. Even though this is arguably the fittest and the most successful with tactical games field in the history of tactical games, it's still an incredibly competitive time. Ro getting some good video, getting some good pictures right in the middle.
Somebody almost got punched.
All right, we are going to head on the course now, and we will check in with you guys and see how things shift as that pack breaks up a bit. So now we see our first runner coming in, out in front early, Nick Deininger. He won when we saw him earlier this season in Utah. We'll see if he can hold that pace. And then behind, about 30 seconds after him, the leader is Jacob Hepner, Kurt Fennell. These two have been going neck and neck all season long. So again, about 30 seconds behind your leader as both of them come in. This is just their first lap, so they still have the 20-pound ruck. And then we have a whole pack of men. I can see Sal leading the way, but that is going to be the bulk of your men's elite. We'll let them get a little bit closer as they are more than halfway done with this 2-mile loop, where they will then get another 20-pound sandbag and have, looking great guys, 40 pounds for the second lap. Kyle's still looking happy, some smiles on their faces still. Couple more guys coming in on the pack. We'll go see. 2 miles are done. Now they are starting their second lap. Added additional weight to the ruck. Nick still well out ahead of the rest of the pack. We'll see if the leaders are still in the same order. And even though he's extended his lead just slightly ahead of Jacob, Jacob has been able to create some space between him and Kurt. So now they have 40 pounds inside the ruck. This is their second of 3 2-mile loops. They just came up what I would consider probably the hardest part of the loop. There's a hill that doesn't look so steep until you start walking up it. So those are your 1, 2, and 3 as they near the halfway mark. So during the first 2 miles, we saw a big bunch of the guys, and now they have created some space in between. Sal's still able to lead that big pack, but then just 2 people here, a couple people in the back. I think in the white, Spencer Panchik, he's able to create some space between the other guys. And that's really what we're looking for, is who can keep a good pace even as you increase the weight. Giving a nice wave. And then as we make our way down this hill, yeah, so it might not look super steep to you guys on camera, but just the way that the men are leaning their body forward, trying to manage the weight, walk or a slight jog. I'm sure by the third and final lap, once they have the 60-pound sandbags, that's when we'll really just see people do kind of a fast walk technique.
You got it, Jimmy.
Great! Nick Deininger now gets his final sandbag heading into his last 2-mile loop. Feeling hot, gaining time on the rest of the field. We saw him back in Utah when he finished on top of the podium, an incredibly enduring athlete, and you can see from this event is able to manage weight well. Now we will see if it's still Jacob Hepner and Kurt Fennell behind him At the end of the last lap, I checked in with scoring, and they were about 2 minutes behind Nick. So we can also get a time check of exactly where we are in this stage. But so far, just an impressive performance from Nick and how much he has been able to gain his lead. Sorry, can I ask what the time check is?
32:02.
32:02 and one more 2 mile lap.
One more 2 mile lap.
Here we go.
4-4.
Here we are, Jacob Hepner grabbing his final sandbag.
Four.
20 more pounds to end with 60, and now Kurt just rounding the corner. Transition time is everything, but you don't want one of those bags to fall on out. Got it, and he will go. And then Kurt slightly struggling to get that bag in, but almost there. There it is. Last 2 miles. Here we go.
Let's go, Kurt.
So you're 1, 2, and 3. Nick, Jacob, Kurt. We'll check back in soon. Nick now coming up the hardest part, or what we think is the hardest part. How we feeling?
It's good. Almost over.
You're almost there. Yep. Keep that lead. Remember, this is percentage points. There we go. So what I meant by that, if you guys are new to tactical games, is even though he has the lead, he more than likely has the event win. He will earn himself 100 percentage points. If he's able to continue to extend that lead ahead of the other competitors, they only get a percentage of what the best score is. So if Jacob Hepner were to catch up and he was only to beat him by 1 second, that wouldn't be good when you look at the events throughout the entire course of the weekend. So if he is 2+ minutes ahead, if he can extend to, what we saw in 2021 where the athlete who won, Matthew, he won by about 8 minutes. That is a huge benefit when you're looking at the programming over the course of the entire weekend and what events you can really leverage your strengths. There might be some events that don't look so good, so knowing that Nick has this one and it is a huge strength for him, he's going to want to monetize that. So it's been, about a minute. Now we are just starting to see Jacob Hepner come up the hill. Different strategy though. We just saw Nick leaning forward, walking up. Jacob has a bit of a gallop here. He's still trying to keep a bit of a run as he comes up. This is the last 2 mile loop. And then right in the center, you can see his arm swaying a bit. That's going to be Kurt. As he comes up, he's also doing that power walk stance. Had a little bit of trouble getting that last sandbag in his backpack, but doesn't look like he lost a ton of time on Jacob. But what's really extending Jacob's lead over him right now is that Jacob is still able to have a bit of a shuffle with his legs and keep up his pace. You got it. Last hill, last hill.
Oh, you're supposed to jump on his back.
You were supposed to draft off of him. I thought that was the agreement here.
Too little, that's my grip.
He's too little. There was no drift. He needed a bigger athlete to be in front of him. Okay, we're going to now get back on the Volcon. We're going to zoom out in front so we can get the ending. Nick on his last loop here. Almost done, almost done.
Good job, Bob. Good job.
Come on, you got it. Last push. Nick Dininger, we will come back, but we're gonna let you cool down for a moment. Let's hear from, hold on, microphone, the boss man.
So Nick Dininger just finished with a time of 49 minutes and 58 seconds.
49 minutes.
Absolutely blew through the stage. Super impressive. About 13 and a half minutes for the first round, close to 15 and a half for the second, and finished at about 19 minutes for the third round.
Sub 50, did you think that this was possible? I mean, I know we keep talking about how elite this field is, but was that a number that you toyed around with as you guys were programming?
Jared and I were just talking about it before. We were going to be curious to see if anybody came in under an hour, and Nick absolutely just crushed that. So kudos to him, because 60 pounds at a 19-minute pace mile is very impressive, especially after the 4 miles before that. So very, 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 very cool to see. Nick Dininger.
Jared, you're a fit man. What do you think about that time?
Definitely would have beat me.
Where do you think you would have finished in the pack? Normally we don't see him on this side of the table.
I think last one I did, I was like middle of the package, which was really good for me. I was pumped about it. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you here, even if you're not competing.
Yeah, thank you. But this side is way harder, and it's
a lot of pressure.
Yes, for sure.
You don't want the dad bod. No, you don't want the dad bod.
You don't want to get. Oh, we've got other people. Here comes Jacob.
4-4. 51-47.
51-47. Hold on, I need to go look at my notes real quick on what he got back in. Hold, please.
Did you get some good content
They-
on that hill?
Yeah, we got some great content that I'm going to put together.
After you left? You should have been on the back like you were and had the runners behind you like they do like racehorse kind of.
We will get some of that. So,
There's another one.
okay, oh, hold on.
Number.
Kurt.
Number 8-1.
So a couple more people coming in. We said, what did you say Nick's time was? 47, 49?
49.58.
49 back in 2021. Matthew Kempson 51. We didn't think that anyone was going to break that. Jacob Hepner was 59. What was Jacob this year?
51.47.
51:47. So he beat his time back from 2021 by about 5 minutes. So let's go catch up with the guys.
No, you beat. I know. That was just as bad. Oh.
First, we got to get our champ,
Yeah.
Nick. You got some power wheels.
Running's kind of my thing, so.
We know running is your thing, but running with weight and increased weight as you go. What has prepared you for something like that?
I don't know, just a running background probably. I've ran quite a bit over the summer with the ruck, but not that heavy, so the goal was kind of just to pace it so it felt the same every lap, even though it was getting heavier, so I was happy with it.
So we didn't see you towards the front when you were able to separate from the rest of the crew. Was that after that first hill, or at what point were you actually able to break
I
off?
think it was right at the bottom of that first hill, so.
The bottom of the first hill.
I think so. It was still tight with Hepner, but yeah.
But you were able to gain some separation from him.
Yeah, I guess pushing the hills. As soon as you cross the hill, put on a kick so they can't see you pulling away. So.
How does your lower back, posterior chain, all that feel right
Mostly quads, really.
now? Okay.
Just kind of pounding down the hills and grinding up. So it'll definitely come into play later in the day. So we'll see how that goes.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That was amazing.
Appreciate it.
Some of the other guys coming in right now. Nice work, nice work. And Mr. Jacob Hepner, you beat your time by like 5 minutes from 2021.
I'm fitter than 2021. Maybe just a better runner, but I can't snatch as much anymore.
So the training has obviously shifted since then. Things are looking a little different. You're a new dad with twins. How have you been able to balance, you know, having kids, breathing, and getting ready for nationals?
It makes a shift in priorities for sure. Yeah, I didn't get as much time, but I'm still having a good time. So I'm excited to go home pretty soon. So I kind of miss them.
Did you have a certain pace that you were trying to hold for your runs?
No. It was look at Nick and don't even try to keep up with him. Was it Nick in front?
Yep.
Nick, yeah.
Yep, it was Nick. I heard that at one point, maybe at the last one, you heard him nasal breathing, and that's when you realized
I was North Carolina.
that you weren't going to try to hold on with him?
Not going to happen. That dude's good.
Okay, well, good work. Some other athletes are coming in now.
So, Kyle.
Happiness of being done. Kyle Martin crossing now. You feel ready for this?
I've already done this.
Oh, okay. How'd it feel?
It felt as good as you can imagine it would feel.
So do you kind of giggle as you watch everybody crossing the finish line, hacking up a lung right now?
Yes, absolutely. Because I was the first one out this morning. I didn't have to do the rucksack. I just ran a plate carrier, but I'm not a good runner, and I know that, and I accept it. So for me, it was just to survive and get through this and not die.
And here, you're still standing, which is amazing.
Still standing.
What event are you getting ready for right now?
I just finished stage 3, which is the action 2-gun stage, which is what I'm really comfortable with.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter. So far, I think they said I had the fastest time, so I'm happy with that.
Heck yeah.
And the goal with that is to have that stage offset whatever points I lost here. So hopefully it stays that way, and we got a long weekend ahead of us.
Yes, we do. Well, congrats. Great to see you out here as always.
Yep.
That will do it for the repeat 6-mile ruck run for the men's elite. We're going to do the same thing for the women's elite. We might try to get some closer shots from the back of the Volcon. Nonetheless, we hope you guys have enjoyed our coverage, trying to show you what's going on, even though you can't always follow the run in its entirety. I know I am not fast enough, so we had to get some wheels on us, but we hope you're enjoying the content from Tactical Games Nationals. Keep sending this link to your friends. Share the goodness of what's happening. And oh, excuse me, you just took a bite of something.
Uncrustable.
My wife took a bite of something.
Fuel of champions, baby.
Did you see the Instagram post about how much the NFL consumes?
Yep.
I think you need to put a spreadsheet together of how much Tactical Games consumes. I know we have less athletes, obviously, than the NFL, but
We can do that. We can do that.
how are you feeling?
Because I'm Asian.
What?
You asking me because I'm Asian?
Everybody loves Uncrustable. Oh, spreadsheets because of numbers? No. Oh, you nerd.
I gotcha.
Okay, why do you not compete at nationals?
Huh? I'm competing.
Oh, my bad. You don't look sweaty or dirty enough. I was like, you are owing.
Hey, it's a...
Oh,
wow. Cut.
Well, this is awkward. Cut. Okay, so how you can't even recover from that. I can't even recover from that. How are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Obviously eating an Uncrustable to add it straight to the muscles.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling good. I've only done 2 stages. We did the sandbag step over thing over there, and then I just did the long range.
How many step overs did you get on the sandbag stage?
Oh gosh, embarrassing. 64.
That's not embarrassing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 64. I mean, coming off of a rollover accident, getting ejected. So hey, I'm doing pretty good.
We're just happy to see you out here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having a good time like I always do.
Okay, good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm glad I know that you're competing now.
I'm competing.
I'll let you go rest and recover.
So hurtful.
You see, we just have fun when we're out here. All of the athletes are wonderful volunteers, organizers. As I was saying, like, subscribe, send this to your friends. Share them the awesome things that are happening at the Tactical Games. Get everybody educated on us using percentage-based scoring. You might have known or heard of it also as Z-scoring. Athletes judging each other, a lot of community, camaraderie. And again, baby, this is just day 1. We got 2 more days and more stages to cover today. So we'll see you in just a bit.